Salutation and welcome to the Serpent Holder Tarot. So today's question is, now that you're earning 1.5 times minimum wage, what should you do? This is a financial tarot spread. Five of Wands for the center. Four of Cups as the challenge. Page of Swords as the foundation. Hierophant as the recent past. Six of Wands as a potential influence. Seven of Swords as the near future. The World as the self. Six of Pentacles as the environment. The Chariot as your hopes and fears. And the Seven of Cups as the final outcome. So it's a fight for your money. Everyone wants a piece of it with the Five of Wands. Now that you're making 1.5 times minimum wage. And that's 1.5, and we've got the Five of Wands here, which makes me think of the Devil. One card with a 5, with a value of 5. 1.5. The challenge, yeah, the Four of Cups is actually that everyone is doing this to you for your money. Everyone's kind of just holding out a cup for your money. You've got 4 cups. 4 divides into 100% evenly. What is that? 25%? 25, my math isn't the greatest on the spot, but 25, 50, 75, 100. Yeah, so 25%. You should be keeping 75% of your 75% of your income from subscriptions, from anything. 75% 75% of your income should be going towards necessities. Paying your rent or your mortgage, paying your phone bill, and your internet bill, paying your utilities, electricity, heat, hot water, that stuff. 25%, however, I'm not going to say should, could go, but this is about what you should do. You might be tempted, if you're watching tarot, to use it for information, Page of Swords, in your foundation. You might be tempted to use what free income you have, what disposable income you have, that 25%. You might be tempted to use that 25% for information. We'll leave it at that for now, because I'm not necessarily seeing what kind of information just yet. But I'm sure it breaks into 4 categories, the 4 suits. You either want it for love, the cups. You either want it for knowledge. Oof. You either want it for, you either want it for technology, the sword. You either want it for knowledge, the wands, or you either want it for property, the pentacles. It breaks up into 4 categories. You want information on one of those 4 categories. You want it on earth, air, water, and fire. If we break it in an elemental, down to an elemental perspective. I could say, based on the challenge being the 4 of Cups, you want it on love. You want information on love. But this is a financial reading. I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven. I went and spent that on a necklace. Okay, so I'm seeing, if you're looking to get married, I'm seeing a pope, the Hierophant-like figure, a pope-like figure, a pastor, being sort of like a black hole for your money for a wedding. $1.5 times minimum wage is considerable, but it is not an amount befitting a wedding. You will burn through what finances you have doing that. $25 at 1.5 times minimum wage is not a good investment. It's not good. It's not good expenditure. It's not a good expenditure. What is going to happen in the short term regarding the issue? We have two cards where things are in reserved. In this card, you've got two swords in reserve. In this card, you've got two swords in reserve. And in this card, you've got 3 cups in reserve. If I'm not mistaken, he's holding 5 swords. Yeah, he's holding 5 swords. Oh, we've got 2 5s. I'm just putting that together. I'm a little bit slow, forgive me. We've got the 5 of Wands and the Hierophant, which is the 5th major arcana. And then we have the 7 of Swords, and he's holding 5 out of 7 of those swords. That's 3 5s in a row. Not even just that, that's 4. We've got the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands, he's holding one staff, one wand, and there are 5 praising him. So you've got 4 5s. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 5s in a row. I don't know if there's any more. I don't want to keep going with that for a second because it's a little overwhelming. But it all points to indicate that if we have 5 hands. We have 5 fingers and stuff like that. Everyone is after your subscription or in particular, this is a financial reading, in particular your money. And we do have, I associate money with wands, not pentacles. And there's a reason for that. There's a phrase like, I got money to burn through, or I'm gonna, and money is typically paper if it's not digital currency. And that's the thing about money. Money can take so many different forms. But I put pentacles as resources like gold, copper, minerals, palladium, silver, metals, raw metals and materials and stuff like that, which do have worth and value and have been used as currency and backing for currency. But in the modern era, it's about cash and digital currency. I would say before I start giving you advice, I'm just pointing out the situation for you. So there are forces that want your money. If you're interested in love and pursuing marriage, that institution would take a considerable amount of your money from you. And this is not a good image to land on for the future of a love situation. Granted, I've been to one wedding and it could have been very affordable. It wasn't super, it wasn't, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful wedding, don't get me wrong. But I don't know how much it cost them. I don't. I don't know how much it cost them. Could have been in the thousands though. So, how you must view yourself in this scenario is the world card. It's very interesting. Again, I'm getting this surrounded feel, this surrounded feeling like, well, this is a presentation feel. This is like everyone's presenting something to you for your money, for your subscription, for your loyalty, for your emotion, for your lifeblood, and stuff like that. Cups is blood, liquid, and you being surrounded by four fixed signs. Hold on one moment. Okay, sorry. I had to do something. Anyhow, surrounded by four kings. I would say it's very confident to view yourself as the center of the world, given that you're making 1.5 times minimum wage. Things must be good. The environment. We've got the Six of Pentacles. That's one above five, obviously, but you've got three on the left and two on the right. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. Your hopes and fears are the Chariot. final outcome. If current energy choices remain the same, is the Seven of Cups. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little gimmicky, but if you count left to right and then right to left, the reef is the fifth cup, and there's a reef right there on the Six of Wands. Okay. I'm seeing the Seven of Cups as you could have it all. You could. But why is your fear being the Chariot? Conquest. Chariot is said to be a terrifying weapon of war. Let's backtrack here, because you're losing me at the World. I said confident at first. This is a borderline arrogant card to get for the self. The only thing that humbles that, not that humbling is needed, the only thing, I need a better word than humble. The only thing that alleviates that is that with the way I read tarot, I even when I'm doing a reading for someone else, I'm always situated in the cards as well. Now, originally, I was going to put myself and say, in a way, I'm coming up as the Hierophant. I'm not a pastor or anything like that, but my role the reason let me tell you the reason why I feel like I'm the Hierophant. Why I feel like I'm the Five of Wands as well. This being the present situation, because I am one of many people essentially fighting for your viewership, for your subscription, for your income, for you to spend it on me, on my services. I would say it's way more affordable than getting married. I can get you the information you need on romance, on love, on water, on blood, the information you need but if there was any card that I would say I am not, it would be the World. There's this concept that I have where it's a theory of sorts where basically the reason all the stars that we have observed die out or don't have life or aren't able to support or sustain life is because the biological organisms of those stars got too close to their star. They fused too much with the star and the line between the star and them blurred too much. And naturally, they died out. The star is going to preserve itself, do what it can to preserve itself, not them. This is the same thing with the world. Viewing yourself as the world is just, it's borderline arrogant. So for me to work with you, now I'm glad this is actually, I was thinking of a male when I said this was borderline arrogant. I've been thinking of a male primarily, that I am counseling a male primarily up to this point. As a female, which this is in the card, it's less arrogant and more of a matter of fact that you still shouldn't be, it still begs caution that you should not fuse with the world as much as those in my theory have. You should not do that. There's a word we have for Earth, for the world, that is female, that is a deity in Greek mythology, Gaia. Gaia then is a lesson on not fusing with the world so much. This upset Uranus. Uranus was upset, so it goes, that Gaia continued to have children that were abominations, and he forced them into her womb, underground, into Tartarus. If you're a woman watching this, you having it all is having a male see you as a part of this equation, as one of these, as one of these 7 cups. That's what it means for you. You being one of those 7 cups. If you're a male, it's having a woman be one of those 7 cups. So let me say that clearer. As a female viewer, the male, you having it all is finding a male to view you as one of the 7 cups. As a male viewer, it's finding a female to be one of the 7 cups. Now, I have a particular thing on relationships and stuff like that. This is a financial reading, not a love reading. But the reason I'm focusing on love is the reason I'm kind of alluding to love or romance is because of this 4 of Cups. You really want to know what to do with your finances for the sake of romance. And that outcome is not going to be good. I'm looking at this, I'm reading this, and I want to prevent this in the near future from happening to you. I'm seeing that pastors are watching what I'm doing. I'm seeing that the 4 kings and 4 queens, or the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac, are wondering when I'll talk about them again. I did a video saying that the 4 kings would get karma. That video was a while ago. I'm in a different place now. I don't know how well it's aging. I did not say I'd be the one to deliver the karma, although I will say that even though I felt I could be that person if necessary, I didn't say that in the video for a specific reason, because I don't necessarily need to be that person that delivers the karma. Now, I've kind of covered why I felt like I was the Hierophant, because I'm one of many people vying for your subscription, for you to seek me out and seek out and utilize my services. But the Celtic, with this particular spread, with the way this particular spread goes, the position for you is a shared position for us, for you and me, is how I want to see that. But there's only one person in this world card, and that's not the only card where there's only one person. You've got the page of swords. You've got the pages where there's one person in the card. So there's multiple things, but there's a spot that you cannot contend with me for. And that is Emperor of the world. You could have it all. If you're a female, it's a male who's getting all of these 7 cups. If you're a male, see, we've got the 7 of cups and the 7 of swords. There are actually I said you could have it all. And ideally, in a perfect world, I will figure out a way to give you what I have without it coming to bite me in the ass. In a non-perfect world, there are 2 things that are off limits in this 7 of cups. With the 7 of swords and the 7 of cups, there are 2 things off limits in the 7 of cups. I could point them out, Or I could let you use your imagination. Truth be told, all 7 things are off limits. 7 deadly sins. All 7 of them are off limits. I'm not reneging. I'm reading and how it flows. Because I didn't want to situate myself in this place with you at first, because I was like, okay, let me see how I read this. But I am a part of this reading. We both know. They don't get you like I will. My only wish is I die real, because my truth hurts and those lies heal. And you can't sleep thinking that you lie still, so you cry still. Tears all in a pillowcase. Big girls all get a little taste. Pushing me away so I give her space. You will, in me, I think I'm understanding the fear now. I want to understand the 6 of Pentacles more before I say anything like that, but I'm understanding the fear now. As a male, you may be concerned that my tarot will be quite successful. You might see the tarot as the Chariot, as my vehicle for success, as my vehicle of war. You would not be wrong to view it that way. I do use the tarot as a vehicle or a weapon of war. I would have joined the military if not for my disability. The quality of your questions needs work. This is the environment This, from my point of view, is you. You're one of these two people. This is the environmental situation. You are not in a state. Money has not improved your ability to ask pertinent questions. Granted, you might say, like, well, and this is where the humbling factor comes in. This is where the humbling factor comes in, because you might, with your financial, making as much as you do, 1.5 times minimum wage, which could be, up to $30 and stuff like that, you might feel like you have a lot figured out. But I can tell you very clearly, I can tell you quite frankly, asking the right questions is very difficult. Formulating the correct questions is very difficult. There is two things can't occupy the same space. This one pentacle here in the center. Two things can't occupy the same space. Two things can't occupy the same space. Two things can't occupy the same space. There is no chance that you will ask the correct questions with me first go. You have to be given. I have to, what's the word I want to use? Not disperse. Maybe dispense. I have to dispense the correct questioning in you. To figure out what you're going to spend your money on, or what you should do now that you have 1.5 times minimum wage. This is difficult. I don't want to say difficult, but it's difficult because I'm doing this as a recording. There's no feedback. You're not here to have a conversation with me. I am a consultant. The tarot reader is the type of consultant, but I consider myself an existential consultant. I'm a consultant. It's hard to consult when there's no one here to consult or to converse with. It's not that this is inaccurate. It's that it's missing a piece to really bring out and flesh out and give credence that what you should do now that you have 1.5 times minimum wage that you're earning that much, you should pay me for a private reading so I can dispense the correct questions to ask, to give you basically input money, output questions, output information. Information on what? If we must, love, but, or romance. But more importantly, spirituality. But that's a little bit loaded, so it's not necessarily more importantly, because spirituality is actually by definition unimportant under the circumstances. Earth, air, fire, water, but through the lens of water. So this is the four elements looking at it with a lens of one of the elements, water. I don't like to speak elementally. I like to speak practically. That's what I'm getting. I didn't spend much time on this Six of Wands. But victory, as they say. You will have victory. As I could put this, as the Emperor of the Tarot, as your existential consultant, as your tarot reader, I want what's best for you. I don't want you to experience this. This, I was almost about to drop it, but 5 swords being held, that's all four kings and the one extra thing they grabbed from me. If you are insistent on taking from me what rightfully belongs to me, then I assure you I have no mercy for you. Because I have no mercy and I get a very bad feeling about that immediate future, I will be pulling demon cards. I call out to the spirits, to the demons. for the fallen ones, so they say. I need your help. I need this outcome right here, because this isn't good for anybody. It's not good for me. See, the thing about me is that I don't want 10 swords. I think without the imagery, I think we, which is why most people are going to say, well, no shit, you don't want the 10 of swords. I want one, but this guy doesn't really get that. He's after as many swords as he can possibly grab. But see, here's the thing. Fuck around, these seven swords, or these 7 of cups, will turn into 7 swords like magic. Poof. Black magic. No more ass less. All versus getting dummied like Crash Test. See your favorite rapper subpar at best. These 7 of swords, these 7 cups will turn into 7 swords right before your eyes. You'll get cut up. So this person, in their 7 deadly sins, thinks they're winning something. Look at the look on his face. He thinks he's really winning. He thinks because he was able to grab 5 swords by the blade, he's winning. Not knowing that I only want 1 sword, which is the ace. I don't want 10 swords. So, in short, demon, how can I I command you politely. It's not a request. I command that you ensure that my viewer, should they seek this as the future, believing this 7 of swords to be this 7 of cups, having it all, by situating themselves as more important than the Emperor of the Tarot, so much more important that they don't have to listen to me, that they don't have to take my advice, which they don't, but that my advice is useless, worthless, not worth their time. I'm quite affordable. You can contact me on my social media. The links are in my page, but I don't attach them to the video. I encourage you to look through the page, to the YouTube channel, and you'll find it there. But ensure that should they seek to be this Seven of Swords in the future, that they meet deserved end. And what I mean by deserved end is failure. Failure not in general, not with their finances, and I'm not looking to tear their life apart or anything like that. Like failure as it pertains to me. Let no amount of money that they have, let no amount of alternative that they spend it on purchase them what only I can give them. What only I can give them. And that's the world speaking. To be clear, I want you to make sure, ensure that they fail in their endeavors to spend money on alternatives in an attempt to gain what only I, the world, can give them. Balaam. Sometimes it's better to be invisible than to be seen. Balaam will help you avoid the eyes of others. Ooh. I think, and I felt the dip, that commanding made demons feel a little unsettled. But it emboldens me. It makes me feel a little bit brave, because this is my first time, if I'm not mistaken, commanding demons. On a recording that will be published. What a very... I wanted to pull 2 demons. And I think it's... Timaeus. Education is a powerful weapon in the right hands. How can you use what you know to accomplish your goals? That's just a little bit of extra support there. But really, what a beautiful demon to get for this particular scenario. And that's the bear. That's a bear. Anyhow, sometimes it's better to be invisible than to be seen. Balaam will help you avoid the eyes of others. Now, on one hand, I'm thinking this demon will help you against my wishes, will help you get one over on me, two over on me, will help you get two over on me, or should I say five over, and leave me with two things to think about. They have names. I dropped two black cars. I named them Malcolm X and Martin Luther. No. I got two phones. One needed charge. Yeah, they twins. I could tell they ass apart. I feel it's important to give you some educational background or background on my education. I recently graduated with a bachelor's degree in sustainable community development, where I learned a very particular phrase that we say in the line of work. Something that I actually hope to do, that I aspire to do as a career, and planning, urban planning. And it goes, what planning is essentially all about is about securing the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. More or less, to paraphrase of it. On the other hand, I feel he'll do exactly as I asked. I'm young. Well, no, I'm not. I'm mature. I'm maturing. I'm inexperienced. Forgive my inexperience. That must make us all uncomfortable. I said it once. I don't need to say it again. These four kings in specific, and the four queens are supposed to have to be reined in. Cannot be allowed to control my finances. I'm surrounded by enemies, but in a world of people that do not appreciate me. In this world, those people have connections that will see them be my superiors much sooner than well, not much sooner. We will see them be my superior in any of the fields that I go toward. This isn't me crying. Clarifying why I need you. I've been told that education will not do me much good. I've been told this astrologically. I am not using that as an excuse not to pursue it. I am using that instead as motivation for the demons and for the angels to make sure that education does as much as possible for me. I feel like pulling one angel. Primarily because I don't want to leave it on a dark note. I've got to sleep. I'm not sure what to ask the angel. Bring me closing clarity. Bring me closing, angel. Aya huyaya. Aya huya. Aya huya. Aya huya. Prepare yourself to win. You've got friends in high places, even if you don't know it. Thank you. That means a lot. I really need it. I know I do. There's a glimmer of hope inside some souls, which some actually happens to be many. There's a glimmer of hope in many people that they will welcome their emperor if their emperor can show them what he's capable of. Well, that concludes your reading. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow my socials. The links are available on the home page of my YouTube channel. You'll find everything you need there. If not, just comment on the video and I'll direct you. Have a nice day or night, wherever you are.